Hi everybody, here again in the bathroom in front of my heater where it's peaceful and quiet. Just fed everybody. Well, today we didn't go anywhere. It was, in my opinion, it was cold. And my baby girl decided to sleep in the morning on the couch. She just fell asleep right after breakfast, and it was really hard to put myself together and dress them up like snowman and with layers and take them out for a walk. So today was staying kind of cloudy day and it's cold, really cold. It's getting to the real winter thing. Not looking forward to that. It made me think of the warm places I've been in. Of course, that's not back home. Back home, Bulgaria is cold. It's Yeah, compared to Japan, is more up north. So we have the four seasons too, but like, yeah, winter can be pretty brutal there. Not like Siberia, but you know, it could be. I've had winters when I was a little kid when it was hard for me to breathe, even through the scarf. We put scarves and gloves and hats and boots and just layers and layers, and you walk in the snow and in the freezing cold. Yeah, I remember I wanted to cry because I couldn't breathe well. It was cold. But I had to, especially early in the morning when everybody's rushing to work and school. It was hard. Going to bed, miserable. Have to warm up your feet in order to fall asleep. Morning, you don't even want to get out of the layers because when you get out, that's it. Wow, I don't know how I did it there because once I hit Hawaii, I remember the first time I went to Hawaii, you guys. As a student, I stayed with a friend before I found my own place to live off campus. And I remember the next morning, I went there very late night. And so the next morning she had to go to work. All students work part-time. And so I had to do that. I had to find a job too. So I did, but like when I was there with her, she was gone and she just left me her laptop and lots of DVDs. So that's how I watched all the Harry Potter movies. That's when I first saw them. That was back in 2005. Yeah, so I saw whatever she had. But I went downstairs to her landlord. Surprisingly enough, lived with them. Like they just had the upstairs room with her roommate, and that's it. They just had one room upstairs with their beds and some closets for clothes, and that's it. And so downstairs in the kitchen, everybody, like landlord, walks around, and it's just anyway. So I went downstairs to the fridge, and I see this huge cockroach, dead, but pretty big. Like I'm pretty sure it was like as big as my pinky, long, and there were little ants around it trying to disassemble it, store it in pieces. Gross. But and that was the day after I arrived in Hawaii. So my first thought was, what is that? And then I don't know, maybe the landlord, somebody responded to me that this is a cockroach, and I was like, you mean the thingy that back home is like as big as my nail? And they're like, yeah, in Hawaii they're big and they fly. So I just went upstairs and I was ready to pack up my stuff and go back home. I was so disgusted. But I stayed and I fell in love with Hawaii and the nature and just the whole atmosphere of, I guess it has to do a lot with the weather too. I was cold even in Hawaii in the winter time, winter months, and in the evenings I was really cold, like going back biking home from the library at night. Oof, I was always cold. I'm always cold. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just so today for the giving thanks challenge, I would say I'm grateful for heating system, for the air conditioning here that blows warm now and cold in the winter respectively. I'm grateful for this little heater in front of me. Grateful for the warm bath every night. Grateful for the warm blankets at night and layers and layers and warm PJs. And I'm grateful for the warm tea that I can start a day with. It's just everything that is warm and fluffy and makes me feel cozy. I appreciate it today. I really do. Warm socks, warm clothes, warm sunshine, which we didn't have today much of. So grateful for the sunny days too. But everything that it makes me feel warm and comfortable and relaxed in my skin, I'm grateful for that. Because when it's cold, I'm always like that and I'm always stiff. It just everywhere hurts because of the cold. So, and maybe, those of you who live in places where it's always hot, you don't understand. Or maybe if you think, because of your house everywhere is the same temperature inside, so you can walk with your t-shirt around the house and outside is like a blowing cold wind, that's fine. You probably have central heating. I don't. And this room where I'm warming up now is because I'm gonna bathe the twins soon. I'm just taking a break after the dinner and all the noise. And so between this room and the kitchen, I'll show you guys where's the kitchen. It's like right there. That little hallway. Cold. It's so cold. It's cold. But in the kitchen is warm because the heater is working. Air conditioning / heater is working. And yeah, today is one of the bad days, but I am grateful for the warmth that we can enjoy in the winter. Any kind of warmth. Like I'm grateful the car has warmth inside. It can heat up really fast too, the place. And yeah, I'm grateful for the sunny days. Maybe we're not gonna see many of them from now on in the winter, and that's normal too. But every season has its beauty, and towards the end of November, everybody gets to the festive season of December, and maybe this year will be a bit different because nobody can travel anywhere because it's risky not to spread the virus to relatives. And I often read on Facebook groups that I follow people asking, please pray for me because I got my COVID-19 test was positive, and people just freak out. And so comments like, don't let the fear overwhelm you or overthrow you. Just think it's like one of those flus, but it's bad one, and it's just, you're gonna get over it. Just stay home and take care of yourself. Do the how we call it back home. It's like because it was a Bulgarian lady who wrote that somewhere around the world, though I don't know where she lives, but the other Bulgarian ladies were telling her, you just mix lemon and honey and tea and drink tea a lot, and they just try to be helpful and encouraging. Just tell her not to worry, they're just gonna go over it. It's hard. Most people recover. I don't know to what extent it affects the rest of the body and how, but I think in a way it affects you mentally a lot, because in your head you already you recovered from it, but you had it, you know what I mean? It's one thing to say, oh yeah, I still haven't gone through that, and then other people say, well, I've been through that. It's hell of an experience. Yeah, even if you recover, which is the best, it's still hard. um some people get side effects like damaged liver or lungs or brain, and just messes up with your body a lot. So yeah, I don't know who is working on what vaccinations, and I don't know. I think it's a new flu that got really political this time, and the reason it got political is because it's a pandemic, and governments have to take care of their people, and um, so it became really hard to even do business or travel or any of that. But I'm grateful that in this cold season there is still a place where you can just relax and feel warm, and I hope all of you out there have the same comfort of warmth where you are. And if it's cold, I don't think I can survive in cold at all. Not me. I think that's why I really, really like Hawaii too, because I mean, once you've been to Hawaii, anywhere else you've been, it's like, okay. I've been to a number of countries in Europe and in the States, but in here in Japan, but I have never been to the Southeast Asian countries where it's always warm too. Like, I've never been there, but even if it's always hot, it's not like Hawaii, right? In Hawaii, they speak English, and it's really funky English. I love it. I love it. Pidgin is cool. Nobody cares about grammar. Only at school, maybe. But yeah, stay warm, you guys out there, and my chores continue. Have to bathe the babies one by one now, because when it's two of them it's cold, so now it's one by one, and wash dishes and stuff, and get ready everybody for bed. Yeah, hope tomorrow is a nicer, sunnier day, so we can go out for a walk and be out in the nature. Yeah, it does something to you, huh? When you haven't been out of the house and you haven't been able to talk much to anybody really besides my little twins, it kind of weighs on you. It's kind of like, but if I was to go out today and just change the view, the atmosphere, the air, it would feel probably better too. Yeah, being out really helps. I don't know how people who live there all day long home, I don't know how they do it. I can't do that. But when you have to, you have to. It's just, that's how life is. Well, stay safe, guys. I read about people who double their masks and wear glasses at work and still get the virus, and that discourages you, because you try your best to follow all the procedures and everything that they tell you to do, and somehow it gets you. It's like, I was thinking about that. When I go to the supermarket, I go with my mask on, and when I come back to the car, I tend to pull it down, or just take it off altogether if it's like a sunny warm day and it's just hard to breathe in it. But I realize maybe it's not a good idea to do that, because Was it like 2 hours after being on the surface it dies? I don't know. I just read things before. Oh, it was something concerning those post officers who drop box for you. Is it okay to take it home or something like that? Somebody read said that it takes time, but I think after 2 hours. So my point is, if you were in the supermarket or somewhere, a place where there are people, maybe it's a good idea to keep your mask and your face untouched, even in the car. Yeah. But you cannot really drive for 2 hours afterwards towards home. And I don't know. I don't know. Because people still do everything possible to, they follow and then they still get it. So it's kind of like, what is the best way? You stay with that mask for a while, and you sanitize your hands and phone and keys and blood, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But just don't let fear conquer your soul with like fear of going out, fear of touching this, and the fear of talking to people. That, I think that's like the worst curse ever on this planet, to not be able to get together for the holidays with your family, relatives. Is and people will still do it. I'm pretty sure people will still do it with great risk, and then the hospitals will, I don't know what's going to happen during the holidays. I feel bad for the doctors and the nurses already. I really do. Because, governments can tell you don't do it, but then there's still people who do it, will do it, and we'll see the results. I just don't want anybody to die from that. And I hope they really make this vaccination work faster. And anyways, all right. It's good to be grateful for something every day, to find something to be grateful for. Today for me it's warmth. How about you? Bye.